Those days and days, grab your tea. I have some shit to share. Getting ready to go to work, and just before I start, I have gotten permission to share this. And I'm sure that he's going to be watching this at some point. So what up, baby boy? I see you. I see you. And I'm gonna make sure everybody else does too, okay? We'll start from the beginning. I am a survivor of abuse. Most of the people that have watched my videos know this. It is something that is awful. It's hard to describe. And if people don't believe you, it's really hard to convince them. You know why? Because they always play nice. In the public eye, they look sweet and loving and generous. And when they say things like, if you drop that, I'm gonna smack you, they're joking, right? They're always joking. He would never do that.
It's steeped. My hands are shaky from my workout.
Let's go ahead and put this into hypotheticals. I have a friend, a hypothetical friend, and she has a business, and she works with me in the entertainment industry. Now, given she is a newer friend, but she is absolutely a cherub of happiness, and she's really good at her job. She's really good at what she does. She has ins, she has connects, she has abilities to get stuff done in the realm that she's supposed to. So of course, a man would want to have access to that. Again, hypothetically, if I were to work with this company that at the time they owned together, I would have thought that if I were getting signed, he would have said hello, but I guess I was wrong. Had to introduce myself. So at the jump, I didn't like him, this hypothetical boy, which again, he is a boy because he's just barely not 21, trying to parade around, wear big coats and cowboy hats like he's a big boy, but he's not. Hypothetically, if that were to be what he would wear. Now, the first time that I met him, it was fine-ish. You know, he had his mask on. He was pretending to be a good guy and pretending to not be absolutely furious in the car while she and I were having a great time. But you know, I have been around narcissists for my entire life, and I can pick up on that vibe. And so when he started getting passive-aggressively angry, I definitely hopped in and said, oh, maybe you should have listened, if you wanted to be part of the conversation. Come to find out that not only was he rude about when she was having fun, but he has actually laid his hands on her. Oof. Not just once either, multiple times. That is true. Now, while I don't have proof of him putting his hands on her, hypothetically, I do have proof of him calling her disgusting, annoying. I have video proof of him jokingly say that he was going to slap her if she dropped a piece of candy. And I have firsthand seen him flirt with other models, you know, while he was engaged to this woman. He's so cool. What I love about men like this is, sorry, let me start over. What I love about boys like this is that they think that they won't be caught. I think they're so good at manipulation, but the issue is that my friend met me, and I don't fall for that bullshit. And so I saw right through you, little boy. And because I don't want to out her details too much, I don't care about him. She had a severe health issue, of which the pain and the healing lasts for a very long time. And he did nothing. He did nothing to support her. In fact, while she was going through a hard time financially, she decided to take a client that happened to be a man that he told her he didn't want her to take because he didn't like how they talked to one another. Mind you, it was always in a business matter, and the boy's mommy was also in the chat with her, so there's no way that there was anything that could have been even kind of inappropriate. But he decided to break up with her over that. And not only did he decide to break up with her because she took a client so that she could pay her rent, because she had no money, and that's her job. When she asked him for help, he said, why don't you go pray about it if you're such a good Muslim? Oh, okay. Why don't you go pray, baby boy? And then my favorite part that he did, such a guy, In the short period of time where he was on a break with his, again, fiance, he went and slept with another girl. Mind you, he's slept with many other girls, of which we have gotten accounts from other women. So yes, I do know that it's true. And he not only slept with this other girl, he got her pregnant. Oh, I hope this reaches her so that she doesn't get stuck in a relationship with this monster of a person. Girl, run. So once this little boy decided to do that, he went back to my friend and, oh wait, no, he didn't even tell her. She found out through other people. I forgot. And 6 months after it happened and after he found out about it and got back together with my friend, they were getting married. Yay. Oh, but shoot, he got that other girl pregnant. So my friend found out, confronted him about it, was obviously upset that it happened. And he told her that she was being selfish and that she should pray about it and stop being so selfish. Mind you, she just got over this health issue, and now her fiance is saying that he's going to leave her for another woman because he accidentally got her pregnant. Oh, but wait, he didn't actually want to leave her completely. He just wanted her to be a second wife. And not only did he want her to be a second wife, but he was telling everyone that she had already agreed to that. When did that conversation happen? 'Cause I've seen the text messages, and no, that never happened. So, the little boy in question here panics and freaks out about the fact that she said, no, I'm not gonna wait a week to see if you still have feelings for me and be your second wife to the girl that you slept with while we were broken up for, like, what was it, a few weeks? He moves fast, doesn't he? So she said, no, thank you, even though it hurt her because she's a strong, badass bitch that honestly doesn't need him. She was carrying the company anyway. I told her, hey, I know you want to believe he has good in him, but anybody that wants to put their hands on you is probably not a good fucking person. And definitely somebody who, when he's at his hometown talking to models and flirting with them, and somebody says, how's your fiance? And he goes, who? When she decided to break up with him, of course he threw a fit. He logged her out of their company Instagram, took away her access to the emails, took away her access to everything in the company, and started telling people that they never had broken up and that she was just being crazy and dramatic. You know who's crazy and dramatic? I can be. Girls, if you haven't read the book, Why Does He Do That? You should, because none of these guys are good at it. Like, once you see the signs, it's just so obvious. Like, you're not that smart, buddy boy. If you know, you know. He's a piece of shit. He beats women. He cheats on women. He lies about women. He uses women to get his way. He uses women to further his career. And he doesn't care who gets hurt in the process. Any of you girlies in LA or Houston, just keep your eye out. And stay safe, ladies. And don't fucking cross me or my people, because I will post about you. And I'm not going into too much detail because I don't want to my beautiful friend. Although if you do want to give her support, you definitely should. She is a badass bitch and she's wonderful and she's so strong. I'm so proud of her for not saying yes to a request like wait a week and see if I still have feelings for you. Because that is heinous little boy behavior. You don't have control over us like that. You sure don't. So I'm sure some of you know who I'm talking about at this point. And so I just want to say, girlies, if you're down in Houston or here in LA, just be aware because he is a piece of shit. He's a monster. And he puts on a good face and he says sweet words in the moment. And then when he's home, he fucking beats his fiance. Little 24-year-old boy wearing cowboy hats and fun little jackets. Fuck off. The hard thing about abusers like him that do mainly verbal and emotional abuse is that there's hardly ever any actual proof except for what you can see in text messages, things like that. Whoa, my bow came undone. Hold on. And while it is difficult to prove sometimes, like I said, I do have proof. So if you want to talk to me and you have questions and you're like, what? I thought he was such a good guy. Message me, because I know who he actually is, and I honestly don't think he deserves the platform that he now has. Yeah, that's my tea for today. Cheers to you all. Men, do better, because if not, we will be putting your shit out on the internet for everyone to see. Like I said, I hope you're watching this, baby boy, and I hope you change your ways, or I hope you end up alone forever. Tea's not even hot anymore. That's how shitty he is. Oh, I'm sick of these men, dude.